This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so we are discussing about in the last to last class, discussing about the data flows, right? You guys are there.
Yes, sir. Yes, data
Yeah.
flows.
We are discussing about the data flows. We're just on the data flow table. So in the source, we have selected a lending order item which was there on the lending folder, order item this text, and we have created a days uh, sync where it is going to the sync folder, right? So what we go there. So the plan was, so we have a resource, we have a, in the blob storage, we have a lending folder. From this, the order item, the txt file, this needs to be moved to my data legend to test folder inside my sync folder. Okay, right? So already one file is there, we can do that. Now, I think we have done with the testing everything. So we have put the test here. We have selected the DS dataset. Other option we'll see later. And in the sync style, we have selected my DS dot not raw items. It will be DS dot sync time. It is a JSON file, right? Let me just Mm, just give me a second. PS landing order item. PS CHV file. Okay. PS2.
This
Okay. It's a
file is
JSON
JSON
file.
file.
Okay. Let's delete this and then let's create a data set. So it will be under my data like Gen2. It will be a CSV file. So it's a DS underscore underscore thing. Let me select my link services first Azure. This one test folder. That's that's it. No, now I think we'll be good. I'm selecting my sync folder here. Now I will select. Okay. Now I think we're good. Now let's go to the pipeline and df underscore test. Right. So we have selected a data flow here, settings, and we have selected my df underscore test, that workflow. Sorry, that data. Let's validate it. It's okay. Now publish it. We have to save this file. Validation manual failed. Fix Twitter applies and copy to the data. Oh, it's fine. This is all are temporary only. It's not required. So now we are deploying the things successfully. Now we can run this df underscore test. Yes, debug. Let it run. So I have asked you to create this kind of folders, and all the 5 files has to move through one pipeline. That is done.
No, sir. So yesterday class was not done.
Hmm?
No, sir.
That one we
Several.
discussed day before yesterday, not yesterday. Yesterday class was different, right?
No, no.
Yes.
Yesterday we moved the file from landing to
Where is that? That you have done it? I showed you two files how we can move from lending to raw with the one pipeline. Have we done other three?
I
No,
have
sir.
done with two
I
files.
could see one only.
Sorry,
I have done with two files, two JSON files.
only two files. Why
Yeah,
not
I mean like
all five
total four.
files?
Yeah, I mean like I got some issue. So once you send the recording, then I figure it out, and so after that only I have done that. So I didn't get chance to finish it file. Now I am doing that. I mean, I'm in the middle of that fifth file. I'm almost done.
That's yeah, that's okay. Take your time, whatever you want to do. Okay. So, but here, if you see when you are running through the data flow, right? I run it the same file. We have given, if you go to the dep dot then sync, so, but let's see that. I try to give one more file. I've given this. So, order underscore items dot csv. I didn't given this file name. So let's give that and run one more time the data flow. And we'll see the output, how it is coming. Let's remove this. Now let's go to my ADF test, validate it, and debug it. And your this classes will be maximum to another 3 4 classes will be there. Yes, okay? Maximum by Wednesday will be wrapping up. Okay. Now this is succeeded, but if you see the problem is like we have given a name on my temporary sync is called the order item.csv, right? But when you normally run it through normal pipelines, it's the copy activity, all these things, right? So you will get the exact name what you are expecting, correct? But when you are running through this data flow, it is coming like the part something something is coming, the weird names. Okay, so that is a we need to understand that what exactly is all about and all these things. So the basically, so this is the options. Okay, so we'll go through the options here. What exactly all about all these things and why you are getting that weird name here when you are running through the data. Okay, so let's see. So before to that, we need to understand one concept here. Put my notepad on, which is called the partition. So the partition is a technique. Okay, it's a technique used in data processing and storage to divide a large data set into smaller and more manageable pieces. So suppose your file is like very huge, right? So it is not ideal to move that file into one piece. Okay, into one piece. So what will happen is, since this data flow is running through the Spark cluster, right? So it will be like a partition. So let's suppose there are 2 GB file. Just imagine there will be 5 parts to that. Okay. So based on the partition. And what you are getting here is this called the one part of the file. But it's the actual file because my file size is very huge, very small. Since this is a complete file, but it is saying that it's the first partition file. When you are not getting the original name of the file. Okay. So what does it mean exactly? Let me put it in a pen here. So suppose you have a very huge set of file of, let's take a 2 GB file. Just imagine that this is a 2 GB. So what will happen underline the scene is that these 3 files, let's take, it will move to a 4 partition. 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on the size. So the first part will be executed, then second will be executed, then third will be executed, then fourth will be executed. So 4 areas will be continued, and finally it will give you the 4 parts to this. Okay. So that's where the data flow come into handy to process the large number of or the huge amount of data when it is coming up. Okay. Any questions?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So when you go to your data flow here and click on the your source, okay, and click on the optimize option, then you have the option here, partitioning options. Okay. So the normal one is called the use current partitioning. So it will by default it will take some partitioning feature based on the size, and there will be some underlying algorithm will come into picture. Okay. And single partition I will come into later. But set partition, if you click on the set partitioning here, then you have a choice that what kind of partition you want to use it. So this is the round robin, as the name suggests. The first one, first go first. If which is coming first, he will go first. That's the round robin mechanism, right? So somebody entered to the room, he will go first. Second one, then. So this round robin. So that's where the partition into coming into picture. Okay. So this is the hash algorithm. This is another kind of algorithm which will be used for your partitioning. So there are different ways to do that. Okay. So but the normal way always you use the correct partitioning. So it will be by default it will take the based on the size and all, it will check it out. And set partitioning here, I can do another partitioning here also based on the key. So let's see, suppose I don't have any key. Is it? Key column is not there in this case. Okay, that's fine. Suppose here what happen is, we try to take the, no, there is no. So what happen is, suppose in this case, suppose you have a region. Let's take the south, east, west, and all. So you can select a key column called region. So based on that, the partition will happen for the each and every. Suppose you have a 4 distinct regions. So the based on that, the partition will be happening. Okay. So if you want the file to be the exact name what we have given here. In your temp sync, right? We have given order item.csv. Exact thing you want, then you need to use the single partition. Okay. And on the, where is the option? Yeah, you need to use your single partition, and in the sync, you need to select settings, mapping, and forgot the option. 1 second. Where is that option? Yeah, PS, sorry. In the sync option, right, there is a settings option, and you have an option called file name option. So in the source, you need to select the single partition, and in the sync, the settings, you need to say file name option, it will be output to a single file.
Okay.
Okay, set single partition here also.
Mm.
Got it? So,
Mm.
but this is not a ideal scenario because the file size in this case it is a small file. Let's I'll show you that also of this scenario. Where I'm not doing it right. Just give me a second, guys. Where I'm not giving sync one. Okay. Where I'm not giving the output file name. Where is the this settings I have this. Okay, the name. Sorry. So name here I will say order underscore items dot txt. So if you select a single partition here and on the sync, if you are selling the output to a single file and you given the name here. So now this name can be removed if it is not required. If you not give also, it will fine. If you are giving here in the sync part. CSV. Like that. So now just publish it. Now it's done. Let's go to my pipeline and just do that.
So how do we decide which partitioning is used? Like for a small file, we'll go with the single file, and
Single file is not the ideal scenario. You should not go with a single partition. I just want to
uh,
showcase you that how we can get a single file name only. So that's what I'm using
mhm,
the single partition, but it is actually not recommended. Okay.
mhm,
See now we got the order item to CSV file, right? Completely. Right? But that is not a actual scenario. We should not do that. It should be the partition only. So it should either because there is a performance scenario. It should be proper. Okay. And just imagine that we have a partition on source and in the target as well. In the source, if you are using the partition, then that is related to your performance, which we are reading the data from something. When you are creating the partition there. Okay. And when you are doing on the target, then you are talking about the output, how your output should be. Hmm? So it means, suppose I am selecting a use current partitioning here in this case on the source. And on the target, I'm saying the set partitioning here. I'm saying round robin and I'm saying 4. So it means that it will create, when it is generating the file as output, it will generate 4 files. Okay, depends upon the size of that. So that this is a like practice. It's a practice in the sense there will be two partitioning available on the source level, even on the target level as well. But the source level partitioning is more of a inclined towards the performance, the how the performance you want to perform, because there will be huge data on the source, right? So we want to make it partition. So that understand your source partition. That doesn't reflect your output, what your output is all about. But the output remains based on your sync data. Okay. Here also you can put the output as a 4, 5, whatever maybe, or you can use the single partition after you're done it. That is possible. This is making sense both ways. Hello.
Mm.
Right. So this is the one. So and other options we'll go through one by one, not now, but this is very important in the data flow, that the partitioning. This is very important. And when you are debugging this, open the debug, right? So we'll get two options here. One is inspect. There is no inspection now, but we have a data preview here. That is most important in data flow. Okay. So if you just click on the refresh, you will immediately see the data on the data flow itself, which was not earlier, or any of the cases it will be not there apart from your data flow. Let's fetch the data. So what exactly the data is, completely it will give you on that flow itself. So you've done some changes, and immediately we can come to the data preview and see that what exactly the effect is coming to that after the transformation or anything. So that is the main advantage of your data flow. Okay. Now next, this is about like how we can set the data flow, what is partitioning, and how we can run the data flow through the pipeline. And the only way to run the data flow is through the pipeline only. There is no other way to run the data flow. But as I told you that you have, if you click on the source, right, you have so many options to have, so many transformations. So let's see the couple of transformation here instead of just putting the target. So I'm just deleting this sync, and source remains same. So source settings will be the same, BS landing order item. Source options, we'll go to the options here. Optimize and partitioning wise I'm doing, inspect it, everything. Now let's see one transformation. First transformation on this one is called the select transformation. Okay. So the select transformation is used to rename, drop, reorder columns, everything. Okay. So what does it mean? Suppose if you go to your source settings, source option, not projection, reset schema is coming. Oh, I am not able to get it. Number of columns. So here, suppose in this one, right? Suppose any column name I want to change, or any kind of data name, data type I want to change, right? So I don't have any choice here in the source unless until I will do some transformation, right? You want to reorder the columns, you want to rename them columns, drop some columns which is not required to earlier case, then I will use my select transformation. So let's do a select here. Select. We just select this. So now this select is very simple. Okay. So here, this is very important. Okay. So from where the incoming stream is coming. So the previous step. The previous step in test. So the from whatever the output of the test is input to the select. That is very, very much important. Now we'll go to the option, but let's click on the optimize here and inspect. Why I'm not getting this data? Is it the problem? Data preview? I should get it here. Hmm. Maybe published only builders and models which the most that is fine. Let's do one. And the odd behavior is going on for me. Just give me a second, guys. Delete this pipeline. It's not required. Let's see that. Okay. Why? I have deleted that one. Let's remove this data flow as well and create a new data flow. Let me publish this. I will make sure that everything is perfect now. Yeah. Let's create a data flow. Sorry for that. I don't know. That was not the case actually. Now I will create a add source here and source one, and I will select my JS lot landing order items. Right. So this is the one. Source option I will select nothing. Projection, let's take optimize button pass inspect. Not able to see in a column. Just give me a second, guys. Don't know. Okay. Let's try to do now a select here. Let's whether that and the select here. Here, here I should get the column actually because I want to change that. How I can change it? Where is the wrong settings? Including drifted columns. Okay. This here, okay, okay, I got it. I got it. This is C. Azure will tweak you, okay? Because this interface, no, it's keep on changing. In suppose Monday you are working, Wednesday will come up, there will be some changes. That is, I don't like. Okay, I got it. This was the not of the option, okay? Click on the automation here. Just remove it. Now let's try to do that. Now I think add mapping. Okay. So we need to create an add mapping here. Now here I can when I'm not getting the names of the file. Wow. This is the rule based mapping actually, the which I was trying to show you here. But the another mapping should come here like all the columns and things. Just give me a second. Why it is not coming? Mhm. Hmm. Allow me 2 minutes. Just figure it out. Into the data, finally just go into the source, select settings, and I will and it will almost good choice. Okay, try that. Suppose order underscore ID. I put order underscore ID. Order, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. This auto mapping option is ideally. I need to cross check one more time. Yes, that why the columns are not coming for me here normally. But ideally, what happens when you select this, all the columns should be coming up. Then from there you can change it. But let's do one more way. Uh, the rule based. Let's do the rule based. I think it should work. So let's do a rule here. So what happens is I want to get all the columns from uh, my source, whatever the column I have. So what I'll do, I'll create the add mapping here. This is called the rule based mapping actually. Now click on the open expression builder here. There will be one expression builder will open here. Right. Sorry. Can you try from your end how this looks like for you? Is possible? Hello.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
In this projection or in the projection or in the inspect, are you getting all the column type and everything? Just check it out for me. Data preview is there, but why not this option? Here actually should everything should come here. Like the columns, the order, the column name, the type, everything should come here. What is wrong we are doing? So this column. Yeah, I think some error happened when I deleted that sync steps actually, but that should not be the case actually. That is why I was not required. That's why I created another flow as well. But still, it is saying that it's required. Let me do one thing. Just delete this one. And if nothing is there, let me just close the Azure Data Factory once and open up one more time. Let's see. Maybe that was the case. Have you tried?
I can see something like order column type.
Hmm.
In the inspect tab, I can see something like a schema.
You are getting?
Yeah, I don't know, is that the correct or no? I can see something like order column type updated input column, something like that.
But in the inside that the values are there.
No, nothing. Values are
Okay.
not
Oh, okay. See. Hmm. Okay, I got it here. See, these are the silly mistake I can also do it. I'm really sorry for that. So in the projection, right, there will be an option called import projection. You need to import it because why? I understand. Sorry, my mind also sometimes is going somewhere. So many things is going on, right? So whenever you are creating a data set, right? So in that import schema option, you are doing none, 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 right? When you are doing the data sets. Remember?
yeah,
So whenever you are creating,
data
so
set.
correct. So that's why he's saying that he's not able to identify any schema reference, like which column, what exactly. So that's what this option will work. The projection, you should import the projection. Okay. So something like the import projection will come and we can just do it like that. So here, now it will come. So in the inspect option also will come with here all the data, and in the source option also in the projection we'll get it. Now we can change the this one. We can change the data type, order ID to something, line item to something. All these things you can do. You can specify the format as well. Okay. So now let's here you can do the formatting everything, but let's optimize, inspect. Now it is coming. Exactly. Absolutely good. Let me refresh and then final. Then okay. Now let's start with your select transformation. That's good. That's good. See, now it is coming, right? This was actually the missing part earlier. Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah. So now here we can change your name and everything. Okay. Suppose this order ID I want to say it will be like order ID. And here no need to run your data flow to see these changes as well. That's the beauty of the data flow. Directly you can go to data preview, refresh it, and you can see the changes immediately. It should take some time. See, I changed my name. It is directly reflecting. So it is like immediately we can see some changes. What exactly you want to see it. Okay. And suppose this order ID, I want the line item should be my first column. So I will paste before my order ID. So the order also changed. Now I can go to my data preview. So line item is the second column now. So I will say refresh. It can be the first column now. Line item will be my first column. See? So that's what the data flow is very handy because we no need to run anything before saying the changes how it could be. Okay. So it is something like we can have a changes here and we can do that. Make sense? Any questions? And one very important thing in select transformation is normal. This is very normal. But when you click on the add mapping here, then there is an option called rule based mapping, which is very much important, I can say. Okay, I'll show you that what is a rule based mapping. So let's click on this rule based mapping on the select. Okay, let's delete everything, other normal one, and I will go with the rule based mapping here. Enter the matching condition, and if you select this here, no, there will be a one open expression builder will come. Just open that. Then it will be a expression coming up for you. Okay. So here, what I'm saying that we need to give a matching condition and we need to give an output part based on that. So suppose you need all the columns from your source. So previous steps we have 5, 6 columns are there, right? So from that, suppose I need all the columns. Let's take all the columns. So I need to give a matching condition. This should be true. Any kind of true statements here. So like 1 equals to 1. This is a true condition, right? And suppose you want all the columns from your source, like every column, then you need to give two statements, $2. That's it. Now 7 finish. So this is 1 equals to 5. Let's match. Oh, sorry, not this one. 1 not equal to double equal. Comparison. We are comparing, okay? Double equal. That is okay. See, without doing that, we are saying a true condition and give me all the column from the source. Now, if you do a data preview, nothing will change because it will fetch all the data, all the columns rather. Let's see that. See, every column I'm getting. Order ID, line item ID, product ID, unique price quantity. Right? Making sense? Getting clear? Suppose on the column names, instead of doing the regular column name, what I want is I want to post a new underscore new. So what I will do? Dollar dollar concatenation operator. Okay. Then I will say a single quote underscore new. Okay. So what will happen now? If I give the like this, if you put the data preview here, then all the column names will be like underscore new under plus new plus new plus new. Okay. Make sense? This is so like that you can do anything. So here actually I have given a plus thing here instead of you can give a underscore so that it looks good. So this is a very critical thing. Sorry, very important thing when you are doing your mapping. This is called the rule based mapping. Now let's see couple of things. Suppose my column names I want in a lowercase. Everything should be in the lower. So on the output one, I'll go to my expression builder and changing this one. The dollar dollar I will put before to that. I'll put a function called lower. Okay.
Yes.
Now save and finish. Data preview. Refresh. Okay, fine. So all are coming like this. Now suppose you need only few columns, like order ID, product ID, and all these things. That's it you need. Okay. So exactly, let me check what the columns in order ID and product ID. That is only I needed it. So what I will do in the source condition, open specific builder here. Careful, okay. This is click on that. What here? Okay. So now here I will say I need to take the input schema here. There are some options are there. From the input schema, I need to select the name of the column. I'll say name equals to, I will say order underscore ID is the first column I need. Then I will put a OR condition, two pipes. I'll say, in this case sensitive, okay? Put exactly the name means it should be in the small case. And the column name also it should be proper. Product underscore ID. This is the two columns I need. Okay? The error is all about no two fixes. Why? Hmm, one second. Let's go with the first one and we'll see. Really did. And suppose I will say dollar in this case. Dollar. Where is my dollar? Let's see that. So for this type correct. So order ID is what exactly? Oh, it's a number. Hmm, the type is consistent. Let's take any other column which is all are like this one. Hmm, or let's
Oh,
do hmm, but how we can take it easier.
so this name is
Mm-hmm.
it for column field? Well,
Yeah. It's for the field name.
okay.
Should work. Maybe some problem is there. I don't know. There is a mismatch is going on. Let's do one thing. As
And
of now, let me change this to a string
mhm.
just to showcase you. And even the product ID, I'm just going to a string. And on the data preview, let's refresh it. Should not get any error here. Both are string now. I let me check now. Okay. Now suppose I'm giving name equals to order underscore ID. Oh, this was the problem.
Oh, that's
Or now we'll do one thing. We'll cancel this, start the changes, and we'll make it the way it was. It was like the sort. It was also the sort. Now let's do the select here. Here I will say local station. I will say double equals to my order underscore ID. Hopefully this will get saving units. Still there is a type mismatch. Okay, let's change it to string, but for the now I'll check it out why the sort is not working. Even I'm also using almost 2 months. I'm not there in this thing. Order underscore ID. This would work. Yeah, this would work. And or name equals to, let's take the product underscore ID. These are the two columns I want. Save and finish. Review it. Still it is in this message. Right.
For product, I think you had to do to double equal.
Uh, double
The
equal.
product, yeah, you did not give the double
Okay.
equal.
Okay. That's fine. Save and finish. There's a mistake. Now it's okay. Now it is okay, right? Now if we go to the data preview here and just refresh it, then we should see only those two columns only. See? The order ID and your product ID. That's it. So that's where the rule-based mapping will work. So you can just select either a true condition with a $, so it will take all the columns. Okay. And suppose you have something like a specific column, so you can specify like this name equals to this column or name equals to this column and put the output as a $. So it will give you those two columns. Right? Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dollar means it gives all, it means like all the columns or all the data
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. All the columns.
all the,
All the columns. All the
out
columns
of,
in the sense based on
yeah,
the source. In
out
the
of,
source, it is order ID, product ID, so it is giving you two columns. If it is not giving anything true condition, it will give you all the columns.
mm,
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah. So I think I should. I need to check it out. Few things on my settings and all, guys. So I think on Monday we'll discuss about the other transformations. I think data flow transformation will be done on Monday. Then Tuesday I will discuss about the Azure Key Vault, the access settings and all. Then Wednesday I will discuss about the parameters and everything. And Thursday I will take a one doubt class on the Azure Data Factory for you. And we will be wrapping up after that. Okay. And after that I am open to the WhatsApp. If you have any kind of issues or anything, just let me know after that. Post to that I'm there. It's not like I'm not available. Post to that I will just stop my data flow, turn off. Alright? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
The, maybe we left with some of the scenarios in Power BI. So can you just forward the recording of other batch uh, after, like, we can follow
Once
those
you are ready,
recordings?
because that's the way we done it, right? I have asked you that whether it is
Yeah,
required.
yeah,
So you collectively say that it's not required right now, right?
yeah. Maybe later, sir, if we want to watch them, we can have those recordings.
I need to check that where the recordings are there. Okay, I will pass on. Don't worry.
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, chalo. Thank you and have a great weekend. and please practice. Okay, this will not come at all without practice. Anything. And what about your sequel? Is this going on? Practice is still going on, or you stopped it?
Uh, SQL